Oh hi, Ola for Onetutor. I was putting my feet up because I'm really tired of doing a certain project. Do you know when we talk about put your feet up, it simply means that you need to relax for a second, you need to relax for a while because you've been working too hard. So we could say, I'd like to put my feet up at some point because I'd like to relax from what I'm doing. So of course you must be doing a certain project, a certain task, or you're preparing for a certain presentation, and at some point you need to just put your feet up. Can we say together, everyone, put your feet up, or put my feet up? So you could talk to a friend, you could talk to a colleague and say, well, sometimes I just wish I could put my feet up, which simply means to stop and relax for a while. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at ways you can communicate to people that a certain task that you're doing is taking a lot of energy from you. And of course, when you communicate with these vocabularies, it will tell the people that what you're doing is taking a lot of energy. We'll go to the board in a minute. So we're looking at ways you can say that a certain thing that you're doing is taking a lot of energy from you. Just like Mr. T that says his task is quite tiring. You can see that his energy level is quite low. So at some point your energy level might be low, not because you don't enjoy the task or the project, but it's only natural that the energy level can go down at some point. So Mr. T thinks his project is quite tiring. Of course, you can communicate to other people that, well, that job or that task or presentation or something that I'm doing is quite tiring. But of course, you can't keep repeating tiring all the time. So you could say, number one, that a task or a project or something that you're doing is taxing. Taxing. Can we say it together, everyone? Taxing. Taxing, but not taxi. So you can simply say, well, something that I'm doing is quite taxing. So you can say to a colleague, you can say to a friend, well, I'm doing a project at this time, but it's quite taxing. It's quite taxing, which means that it's taking a lot of energy from you. It's taking a lot of effort from you. Can we say it together, everyone? Effort. Effort. Effort simply means what you have to put into a certain thing that you're doing. It's your effort. So it's taking a lot of energy. You're putting in a lot of effort. So at some point you feel tired when you're doing a certain task because what you're doing is quite taxing. Number two, we can simply say wearing. Wearing. So you can say the project is wearing. It means it's making you reduce your energy. Your energy level is reducing because you've got a lot of pressure, you've got a lot of work, you got to put in a lot of effort into what you're doing. So you can simply say, well, it's very wearing. It's very wearing, or it's quite wearing, which simply is understandable, and it simply means that it's taking a lot of energy from you. Number three, you can simply say something is back-breaking. Back-breaking. So it's breaking your back, even if it's not breaking it physically, but you can simply say, well, it's back-breaking, which simply means that it's taking a lot of energy from you. Can we say it together, everyone? Back-breaking. Back-breaking. Number four, we can simply say strenuous. Strenuous. You can say a task is strenuous. What you're doing is quite strenuous. Number five, we can simply say demanding. Demanding. Can we say it together, everyone? Demanding. You can say, well, that project demands, it's quite demanding because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. I have to work on the project all the time. So you can simply say it's demanding. It means it requires a lot from you. So you can simply say, well, it's quite demanding. Number 6, you can say a task or project and much more that you're involved in is quite challenging. Challenging. Can we say it together, everyone? Challenging. Challenging means it's difficult, it's taking a lot of energy, but of course, you're sure you'll be able to overcome. So you can say, well, it's quite challenging. It's a challenging task. It's a challenging project, and much more. And lastly, number 7, we can simply say, your task that you're doing, you can say it's an arduous one. It's an arduous one. So you can say it's an arduous task. It's an arduous project. It means it requires a lot of energy and effort. So you can use all these vocabularies to express that something that you're doing is driving your energy level down. But it doesn't mean that you're not able to overcome what you're doing, but it simply means that you need to show at some point that something that you're doing is taking a lot of effort and energy from you. I'm really glad you made it to the end of today's video. We've been looking at ways to communicate that a certain task or project, something that we're doing is taking a lot of energy from us. It's because you need to communicate to some people that something that you're doing requires a lot of effort. So we've looked at 7 ways you can, or 7 vocabularies you can use to communicate to people that a certain thing that you're doing is requiring a lot of energy. It's taking a lot from you. Thanks for watching today's video, everyone. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe somewhere down here so you can stay informed on great videos like this that will help you all the time. You might also consider hitting the like button so if you're learning just a little bit of English every time. Thanks for watching. Remember to put your feet up at some point if you're feeling the pressure of a certain thing that you're doing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.